I don't know where we would call home aside our place of birth or our place of origin. If we all keep running away, I don't know how the country will get better. Like, I don't know how it will become those countries we envy if we all don't do something back here. Even if you're not in the country, the investor, the business owner should know that they have to do serious monitoring. I don't come to the farm every day. So sometimes I'm not even in the country. Maybe I'm out for about a week or 2 weeks, but I'm also able to manage happenings on the farm.
This is Modupe, a young Nigerian lady who is a poultry farmer and a consultant. So today we are here to learn how she is able to manage her very busy schedule alongside her poultry business, and also get to learn the ins and outs of this particular business from one of the best. I am Danica Kosy, but you can call me Umwa Girl.
Welcome, Danica. Welcome to Feast Farm House. Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is a layer poultry farm actually. What we do basically is just egg production. And their job is just to eat and lay eggs. That's all.
That's their only job.
That's their only job. And we have couple of thousands in the farm here. Actually, the old pen, we have 2 pens there actually. So this is like our bigger pen.
All right.
And this is a smaller pen.
Okay.
But that's our first pen actually.
Right.
So the old capacity is 6,300.
All right.
But what we currently are, because we've sold our birds in this middle row.
Okay.
Yeah, so what we have now is about 4,600.
That's still a lot, you guys.
Well,
all right.
I think in my head, I like to tell myself that, oh, it's small. I am looking to be big, but this is what we are managing.
So can you tell us about yourself?
My name is Modupe.
All right.
And I am a layer poultry farmer.
Okay.
I think aside being a layer poultry farmer, I am more like a stitcher. I do stitching aside handling the business. I'm a layer poultry consultant also for intending poultry farmers or even existing poultry farmers who are open to either scale up or addition in their business. Broiler farmers who are probably looking to switch to layer production.
Okay.
Yeah, I get to maybe hold their hands, guide them. Yeah, we do only layers on this farm.
For how long have you been doing this?
Close to 4 years now.
Aside being a poultry farmer, a teacher and a consultant, Modupe also has a 9-to-5 job which requires her to travel outside the country from time to time.
I have a regular job actually.
Are you serious?
I don't come to the farm every day. But the good thing is that my job is like a shift job. I might have my off during the week. It's not like it's hard work.
So this is just a side hustle?
No, it's not a side hustle. That's another thing. It's a main hustle. So I have 2 main hustles. So sometimes I'm not even in the country. Maybe I'm out for about a week or 2 weeks, but I'm also able to manage happenings on the farm. As even if you're not around, you should have some expectations.
Okay.
And if your expectations are met,
Okay.
you're fine. So once I'm not around, I'm probably looking at the camera like, why are you coming late at this time? Or why are you doing this? Or, okay, I am noticing this. Okay, maybe the water now, it has gone down. Okay, go and add water. Even if I'm not here, I'm literally here. My staff, they know me. You know that they tell them, say, better mind, madam can be at the camera. She probably might be looking and not saying anything. It's maybe another time later, and I'll be like, oh, I saw this thing happen. If it's not something that is affecting my birds, though.
Yeah.
But if it's affecting my birds, I'm talking about it. Like, because the camera, I'm able to speak to them also.
Yeah.
So I'm giving them the instruction immediately if it pertains to the health of my birds. But if there are other things,
You just ignore.
I just ignore. You cannot put mouth in everything.
And that's true. That's right there. So why did you decide to go into poultry farming? I mean, why not any other thing?
Okay, so for us here, I probably would do like a backstory.
All right.
When we got this place, the intention was actually to do catfish farming.
All right.
But of course, if you're coming into this community, you probably understand that disposing wastewater will probably be an issue because there are really no maybe water bodies or gutters, big gutters around. So when we came and we just looked around and we have other poultry farms around that end. Yeah. So we just got advice that, okay, why not do what would be visible to do in this location? So we just switched to layers.
Have you ever regretted that decision you made? Like, no,
absolutely not. One thing I probably always tell myself before was that, I am not a business person.
Okay.
My own is go to school, have all the certificates, go to the office and work.
Okay.
So this is the first business I am having to manage. And over the years, it's been, aside being profitable, it has also been enlightening for me it is me expanding, like doing so much more than I didn't even believe I could do. So it has opened me to meeting a whole lot of people from literally around the globe. I am able to teach about this. And you know, sometimes people will say that, oh, you only do what you have passion for. But then when you start a business or when you start any activity, you have to make yourself so good at it and it becomes your passion. Because you're making money from it, you're also able to teach people about it also. So I think it's just wonderful.
So you've been talking about teaching. So where do you teach? Like, where do you teach it? Like,
Okay, so I mostly do online consultation.
All right.
I make videos from my farm and post on my social media, TikTok, YouTube.
Oh, you're on YouTube too?
Yeah.
Oh. So can you tell us your YouTube channel so they go over and...
Oh, okay, yeah. So I am Poultry with Modupe across my social media pages, and that is TikTok and YouTube.
In the description box, her YouTube channel will be linked there as well.
But most of the time, I do online consultation.
So I have had the opportunity to speak with a lot of poultry farmers, and they do complain about some challenges. So I would want to get your own opinion on that. Like, what are the challenges you've faced so far doing this business?
I think for me, the only challenge we poultry farmers would always complain about would be the price of feed.
Okay, exactly. That's
would be the price of feed. The price of feed is, I don't know. So when we started the farm, yeah, a bag of feed was about 5-6 thereabouts.
okay.
And it started going up. As at the end of 2023, a bag of feed was about 9,700. The whole of 2024. Right? It just kept going, literally every month.
Wow.
And right now, I am buying a bag of feed for close to 20,000 naira. So the price for me might probably be a little lesser than maybe what others would buy, because I am a big buyer.
Okay.
And I buy directly from the company. Like, I buy in tons.
All right.
So it comes directly here. So I'm able to beat the distributor price. You know, like if I was buying from distributors, if the farm was full, it would probably be about 26 bags of feed every day. But currently I use 21. So this line that is empty now, we're filling it next week Wednesday. We just sold the birds there. So I have to buy from the company. And this is me still complaining about the price. Because the price of our egg, usually when the price of feed increases, the price of eggs would also increase. But the significant difference in the price of feed in the last 1 year, it hasn't exactly reflected in the price of egg. And we can't even let it reflect. If not, maybe we'll eat our egg ourselves. And that is not possible.
No.
What we currently sell, we're just trying to patch it. Hopefully, we have some intervention in the cost of feed very soon from the government. But I don't know when that will come.
Oh.
We don't know if that will come.
All right. So how much do you sell a crate of egg?
From my own farm,
Yes, from
I sell for 5,000 naira.
Oh, wow.
If you're buying at the farm.
Okay.
But whatever makes me put 1 crate of egg in my car,
All right.
even if it's to that place,
Okay.
it will have to reflect in that
And that's...
the price of the egg. I'm adding either 100 naira or 200 naira
Oh, wow.
on the crate of egg.
All right.
Because, yeah, the egg has to pay for my fuel.
Yeah, the cost of transportation and everything.
Has to be covered.
How are you able to transport your eggs from here to other locations, like without it cracking or breaking?
So most of the time, I sell my eggs in Lagos because I live in Lagos. So from where I stay to the farms, like I mentioned yesterday, it's literally about an hour, 20 minutes drive. So one thing with loading eggs, because I've loaded some eggs in my car now, my car is out there. Once you do something over time, you become so good at it. I drive a Sienna and I can literally load about 480 crates of eggs in the Sienna. And it's grace of God. If we will have crabs, maybe about 15 pieces.
Oh, wow.
Less than a crate most of the time. You can't really avoid it, but you can minimize it with perfection, with loading it with perfection. So over time, and I know that when I arrange eggs in my car, I need to guide it so that even if you see our road isn't so great, except the express, so I need to also load the egg in such a way that even when it shakes, It is padded.
Back to the challenges again. I spoke with some poultry farmers and they said that they manage it by producing their own feed. So is there another way you are managing yours, or is it the same?
I think for me, the only way I can manage it is what I am currently doing, and that is buying from the company.
All right.
So I cannot meal feed myself. One, because I don't have the space. So our farm still extends to that side.
Yeah.
It's the whole land space is about 4 plots of land. So we've only used 2 plots to build all the structures. So if I have to meal my feed, I have to probably build something else there. I don't know if we are ready to do that right now. So then sourcing for the raw material, which is like the main challenge with feed production. And this is what necessitated the increase in the price of feed last year in Nigeria. Maize was scarce. It was really, really scarce. And I even have a lot of other farmers. They'll probably reach out to me that, oh, do you know where I can get maize? Get maize. Even me, I'm not buying maize just because of this kind of issue. It was a huge challenge last year. So people who were even milling their feed themselves, they had to quickly start buying from other companies, because they couldn't meet up. They were not getting maize to buy. It was more like a scarce commodity. So the only way I can bridge the challenge of increase in the price of feed is just to buy directly from the company, right? Because I can't mill the feed. I don't want to be going through that. So I am literally picking my battles. So yeah, I think that is just it. Sourcing for maize is a battle on its own. I don't want to do that.
If you are to advise intending poultry farmers, what advice could you
So one advice I would always give to intending poultry farmers is don't always think you have to have it all
right,
before you start. You can actually start small and expand over time. Another advice I would give to them is that this business, poultry farming, layer poultry farming specifically, it is knowledge-based. It's not something you would do with guesswork. You would have a lot of issue on the way. So the best thing is you want to start this business. It is capital intensive also. You're investing so much money in it. So I probably would say that get information, get knowledge. If you have to intern, and if you can't intern, just go for a consultation from farmers who are in the business, not farmers who were in the business 3 years ago. Farmers who are currently in the business, so they are able to share information on what is obtainable right now.
Yeah.
Not what was obtainable 5 years ago, or even 3 months ago. A farmer that closed shop 3 months ago and a farmer currently in the business, they would have different information and opinion about the business. Yeah.
Well, when you started, how many birds did you start with?
So when we started, this was our first pen year.
Okay.
And we started with this one line.
Oh wow, just one line.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you guys, imagine the king is like.
Yeah, we started with just this line. And that line is a 1,200. You can take 1,200 birds. Then after like 4 months, of course, we built the structure. So after about 4 months, we stocked the second line. So in that 3 months, I've gotten so much because we did this for like 3-4 months before stocking the second line.
All right.
So I am stocking the second line with lots more knowledge. Yeah. Then after some months, we built this second pen. And this is one thing I said initially about starting small. We started from that place, then we built this. And of course, we're building it with more knowledge, more information, and we stocked it gradually. We didn't do everything at once. Did this line first, we did this line, then we did that line. Yeah, so
all right.
That's it.
So how much do you think it will cost someone to start right now?
Okay, to start now. To start with how many capacity? Because
let's say like
poultry farming
one line, the way you started.
This one line, right? So this line is a 1,300 line. So there are 13 rows or 13 sets of cages on this one row.
Okay.
So one cage currently, they cost about 170,000 naira. This is a locally made cage. It's made in Nigeria. It's not imported.
All right.
So it costs 170,000 naira. And one layer bird, as at today, it is between 5,400 and 5,800. I'm sure by next week it will be heading on 6,000.
Do you buy them when they are still?
Oh no, I don't raise them from.
Okay, you don't raise them.
So what I do here is I get them to my farm at 16 weeks. Most of that time.
Points of lay, what they call points of lay.
Yeah, points of lay.
All right.
So we buy points of lay on my farm. I've never had to brood day-old chicks.
Okay.
Another reason I probably won't be doing that is space.
Okay. All right.
And again, that space of land there, we are literally just dumping our waste there. Because waste management is actually very important. It's something a farmer has to consider when starting the farm. So I don't think we want to build anything there. So if we are not building a new structure, then I still cannot raise day-old chicks. I would always buy points of lay. And again, it gives peace of mind. This is my own advice. So this is what I tell intending poultry farmer. If you're a new farmer, just buy points of lay. And instead of going through the stress of raising the birds from day old, they're calling you, if you're not around, you're bothered about, hey, have they eaten at 7 weeks? Imagine 16 weeks that they will get to us. It's 4 months. So, and they probably will not lay until maybe 18 or 19 or 20 weeks. So imagine all that stress for 5 months. You're just spending money, sending money. But of course, when you buy points of lay, you're still spending money though. But you are not going through all the everyday experiences. And I feel that as a new poultry farmer, you can skip that. As a new layer poultry farmer, you can just skip that and buy points of lay.
And you still make your profits.
Oh, definitely.
Because you were saying something before you started talking about the spirit of lay. You were telling us the cost.
For this one roll that takes 1,300 birds, you need 13 sets of cages. One is 170,000 naira. And the birds, let's say they average about 5,800 naira.
Okay.
Times 1 tray. So you get all that, and that gives you the cost to stock it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just need the cages, the birds. Then of course you need feed as soon as they get to your farm, but that's like another cost on its own.
So how do you know the right birds to buy? So you don't buy the right points on here. So you don't buy something that is already sick or something that will not produce.
For myself now, I buy from a particular farm, and this is why an intending poultry farmer has to also talk to people who are in the business.
How many eggs can you get on average from one roll?
I can't use these ones to judge,
Yeah.
because they are young birds.
Okay.
They just got to the farm in December, so they've not gotten to their peak production.
At the peak production.
So at the peak production, let's say we are doing about 85%. It could be more, but let's peg it at 85%. So I should be expecting about 36, 37 crates from this 1,300 birds. But on an average on the farm, we do about 145 crates
every day.
Yes, at the full capacity of the farm.
Okay.
145.
And that will go on for like how many months?
So the birds on my farm actually are different ages.
Okay.
They're not the same age. Yeah, some people will say, oh, do in and out, like sell all your birds and stock it all together. But just do as your power reach.
All right.
Yeah, just do as your power reach. Yeah, so most of the time we do 1 row per section. Yeah. So they can produce at that 85% for consistently for about 10 months. So this thing is like a graph, right? When they start, it goes like this, then it stays, then it starts coming down. Yeah. So but at least it can stay up there if everything is done well on the farm, like good biosecurity, good feed, and that the birds themselves are good birds, and you're giving them their vaccines, their medication when you should. It should peak for about 10 months before it starts coming down again. Yeah. And so for me, once my production has started getting to 58%,
okay,
I sell them off.
How lucrative is poultry farming?
Any business that is able to give you at least from anything from 18-20% is profitable. I mean, after your all expenses and all that, you're able to get 18-20%, then I think it's profitable. But layer poultry farming,
okay,
you will do 30%. You will do 32% if everything is going as it should go.
Okay.
You have good birds, you have good feed, good biosecurity measures, and good staff, they're not stealing your eggs. But they will steal your eggs. Okay, we really can't avoid that.
Yes.
Let's also be to not be too much. With the high cost of feed last year, it couldn't let us do 32%. But I think we literally pegged that 25, 28, 30.
Yeah. Okay. Are we talking about monthly or yearly?
Percentage. I mean,
After that, the whole expenses, like expenses,
yeah.
and
And this thing I say here is the major, not even at the end of every month, actually.
okay.
So this feed is like the major expense. Feed will take like 69, 70% of your whole revenue. If you're doing 10 million naira in a month, best believe that feed alone is going to take maybe about 6.87 million.
Yeah.
Then the other expenses, the others, they can't be more than 500,000.
All right.
So your profit it should be,
All right.
yeah. But feed alone would take at least 70%. Like I told the feed company, it's like it's you I'm working for. They'll say it's the maize farmers they are working.
Yeah. So, just definitely from your answer, you will advise people to go into poultry farming?
Of course I would. So poultry farming is a very good investment. It's a very good investment in the sense that, so this structure now would be here. So far it is done well. I'm currently doing some small repairs right now, and that's to ensure that things stays well, that things do not collapse. So your building is yours. The cages, they are yours for a long time. So these cages alone, they could go for like over 5 cycles. I mean, and me and my farm, I keep my birds for over 100 weeks. I sell them at maybe 110 weeks. That's when I feel that, okay, you have tried, you can go. So that's about 2 years. So imagine you do 2 years times the number of cycles you can keep them for. So you can actually do over 5 cycles using this same cage. And of course, the structure is yours. So you sell the eggs, you sell the birds when they are spent, when they are old. You still make your money. We sell the manure also.
All right.
Yeah, that's like a very constant. You get your returns and you still have all your structure, all your cages. I know some farmers, when they are done, when they feel they are done, they sell the cages.
Really?
But of course, you probably can't sell it at the price of the new one. But you definitely sell it at a better price than what you bought it. Somebody that bought their cage maybe by 5 years ago, they'll probably sell it at used cage price of today. Because this is our first set of cages here. Maybe we did it for 65,000 or 70,000 as at when we did it. By the time we were doing our last set of cage over there, it was already 120. And as at today, it is 170. I mean the new one. So the price of things over time. But it's a good investment too. Keep your money and it gives you your money every day.
Okay, will you advise people to invest in Nigeria?
For any investments, any business at all, I don't know where we would call home aside our place of birth or our place of origin. And if we all keep running away, I don't know how the country will get better. Like, I don't know how it will become those countries we envy if we all don't do something back here. And it all doesn't have to be huge. So for any investment anyone is making, just know that you have to be committed to it.
Yeah.
You have to know about it. And you have to put in measures in the business to ensure that things would it will yield what it should yield. So for me, we would have cameras around the farm. There are cameras inside the pen. But then cameras are not everything.
Yes.
And in any poultry farmer now, even if you're not in the country, this is why I would say that have consultations so that if I stock 1,000 birds, I know what to expect. So if my attendants are saying this is what they are getting, I know they are either lying, they are stealing, or something is wrong. If I have a 1,000 capacity pen and they keep telling me that they are seeing 20 crates and the birds are not sick, because I have an idea of production percentage, because maybe I've gone for consultation, I know that, okay, why are we not doing 80%? Why are we not doing 75% production and more? Why are you picking 20 crates of eggs every day? Then there's a problem. And the investor, the business owner should know that they have to do serious monitoring. Business in Nigeria is serious monitoring. Any business whatsoever. If not, they'll run you streets and send you back to your village. And but that faraway villages, we have to put our eyes there. So that's just it.
What we are trying to encourage here on the channel, want to encourage more youths, more Nigerians, and including those in diaspora to come here and invest in Nigeria. This is our country. We have to make it better together, all right? So please, can you take us around your farm? Is it possible?
Yeah, of course. I can take you around. Let's come inside the pen.
All right.
So these birds here, they are my youngest set of birds.
Okay.
They are 28 weeks.
All right.
And as of today, they are doing like 75% production. This pen actually is a 3-row pen.
Okay.
We have 1 row, another row there. But these ones here, they are my youngest babies. So they just got to the farm in December of last year. They're 28 weeks. And currently their production is 74%. But that is not going to be their peak. My target for them, and they better hear me, all of you, the target for them is 90% and above. So they're currently doing 31 crates. But like I said, I am expecting like nothing less than 37 crates from them.
All right.
Every day, yeah. So, and you can see their eggs, they're getting bigger. They're not as small as, but of course, we'll still have a couple of these also. These are smaller ones. But in no time, they'll get to this size and even bigger than this.
Okay.
Yes. Like when the birds start laying, they'll start laying pullets. Those are those small eggs. They're even smaller than this.
Okay.
So those ones, because you need to get them off your farm and there's really no buyer for them. You're literally, I'm having to beg people to buy Joe around now. You sell it. So we'll sell it for about, but I don't go lesser than 4,000.
Okay.
4,000. So the price difference will be about 8,200 from the big sized egg. So this smaller size, I do 4,007 or 4,800 for these ones. Then the big ones, this is 5,051 currently. So these are the big ones. Yeah, so that's like the sizes. And once they sculpt, they get to a certain age, I think anything from 40 weeks, I shouldn't be expecting the small eggs from them. They should all be big. That is what I expect. It doesn't mean that's what will happen, no, but that is what I would expect from them. So they got to the farm at 16 weeks, so we continue counting like that.
Okay.
We don't stop. So when we say that you should expect your first egg at least by 18, 20 weeks, it means like 4 weeks after they get to the farm.
All right.
So that means I will feed them for about 4 weeks or 3 weeks before I see the first egg. And once I see the first egg, just start dancing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, once you see the first egg, just start dancing because it means that money is to come in. Yeah, money is about to start coming in. So these birds now, they are feeding themselves. I mean, when we sell their eggs, we're able to buy their feed and have profits right now at the stage they are now. And this is still not my target for them. So, yeah. This farm is like is manually run.
Okay.
Some other farms, you probably get there, they would have the waste scraper that pushes the waste out. But we're a small farm, so we pack it manually. So somebody comes here, that's his own job. He's like our sanitary person. He comes here 3 times in a week, every 2 other days. Today is Saturday. So he will come again on Tuesday, he will come on Thursday, on Saturday. That's how he comes every day. So he comes and he takes the waste out. He goes inside there with his wheelbarrow and uses his shovel to take it out. Then takes it down there where our outside money is. All these ones are inside money. Our outside money is there. Yeah.
Right. So everything in poultry farming is actually...
No, nothing is actually wasted.
It's
nothing actually.
So I get they pick their feed from here, their water from there.
Yeah. This is the water line. So right now, the birds are inside the cages now.
All right.
And they eat from here.
Okay.
So when my staff come, they just put their feed in this place and just turn it, do all that.
Okay.
Then they drink water from this water line. So they peck it.
Okay.
And water comes out. Yeah.
Directly from the tank?
Yeah, it comes from that plastic. So one of the things we have to be very careful about in poultry farming, layer poultry farming specifically, is so that our birds don't get starved. because water is very important. This egg is made of mostly water. So if the birds are water deprived, it's going to affect their eggs, it will affect the way they behave, and it might lead to death. So every time I tell my staff, we clean the water line, maybe once in a month, we clean it. Then they have to always come to check, oh, is water coming out here? Is water coming out here? So anyone that they see that water is not coming out, they'll just remove it. And
Oh, sorry, you clean it how? Because this is actually a pipe. How do you clean?
so we have this they call it hydrocare.
True.
So we put it in their water there. But the birds shouldn't drink of it. So we only do it like in the midnight. We don't do it all the time.
Okay.
Because it's not once in a while. So we put it in their water and it clears all the dirt inside. Because trust me, it's just like putting water in a bowl for a month. It becomes slimy. You probably might see algae formation. And we give them medication also. Sometimes those medication get stuck inside this place. And it might even lead to more trouble for us. So that's why we use that. And by the time we are clearing it, you see so much mucus, dirt coming out from the water. Sometimes if we touch it like this and water doesn't come out, then we have to open it. So in case it was blocked or something, it means that it now gets opened. Yeah, this is where we flush the water from. So we just open it and the water there drains out.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can go to our other pen.
All right.
So I'd like that you put your leg in this foot bath.
Okay. Before entering.
Yeah, that's very important. Let me open the door.
Okay.
That's one of our biosecurity measures in the farm.
Okay. It's treated water, right?
Yes, it is. So we have disinfectants in the water. Yeah, so this is another set of birds. So there are different ages, like I said, different from those ones. So these ones, they got here like January of last year. So they're currently like 70-something weeks at the moment.
Yeah, right.
And I intend to keep them to most likely December.
This year?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a long time.
I know some people say that, why are you keeping them for that long? So let me tell you the secrets, right? So you see that middle row I showed you that is empty?
Says empty.
So I kept some of their birds aside. I sold them, but I kept some here. See the size of their eggs.
Okay.
They are usually bigger than the younger birds. So I need to use their big eggs to also push my other sizes. So I like to keep them aside. But look at their egg sizes. So you see that it is different from the ones Careful. So they give us the biggest size of eggs. Yeah. So the older the birds, the bigger their eggs. So if the eggs are still young, they'll lay small eggs.
Wow. And you've picked today already?
No, we'll not pick today's egg.
All right.
We'll pick it around, they do the first pick around 2 p.m.
All right.
Then the second pick at 4:30. Oh, we pick twice a day. We pick twice a day.
That's big.
Yeah, we have to pick twice a day so that, because at the end of the day, all these birds, and their eggs also, it's a lot of weight for the cages. So we don't keep them and we have enough crates. So we'll pick them as soon as they are laid. 2 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. We feed them at 6:45 and also 4 p.m. because of the hot weather right now. So as to avoid heat stress, they deal with a lot of heat stress. So you feed them at 4 p.m. But if every other thing goes back to normal, you probably will go back to feeding them in the afternoon at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Yeah, so this is where we keep our poultry waste.
Okay.
Yeah, so all we do here is just dump our poultry waste.
All right.
Because of course, like I mentioned, poultry waste management is actually very important in poultry farming.
Okay.
So you're either doing maybe like a sock away to let all the waste go in there. But it probably will mean that at the end of maybe every 6 months, you're calling these waste guys with their
guys. All right.
Come to lift it out of the sock away. So we just drop all our waste here throughout the year. Then anything from December, these northern guys, they approach me. Oh, madam, we want to buy your poultry waste, and we talk about the price.
Okay.
And once we agree on the price, they come to bag it in such bags like this. So my own, I don't have any label there. I'm not doing anything. The only thing I'm doing is that I am the owner of the waste. So they bring their label, they buy their bags, they pay me, I count it, and they pay me my money.
Okay, but you don't bag it like
No, I don't just pour it there.
and
Like
the way it is.
yeah, the man
spread
just
it.
poured it. So they will come, they will spread it. I think they're the one that spread it this year, so that it gets really dried, because it is used as fertilizer in the north. They take it to the north for planting. So it is waste for me, but then something that is waste for me is beneficial to, is gold mine to someone else. Yeah, it's a win-win for all of us.
All right.
Yeah. So currently, I'm selling this for about 2,500 naira per bag. And most of the time, they probably see over 500 bags from me every year.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe this year it should be more than 500, because they've taken almost 440, and we'll still have, they're still going to keep coming till the onset of, I know rain has started, but it's when rain start getting heavy, that's when they stop coming.
Okay.
So once they stop coming, we now continue just
dropping
dropping it,
Okay.
and they will start coming again in December.
I've actually been with some farmers that said it's brings maggots or something. It forms maggots. They produce maggot, right?
Yes, they do.
And then they do produce it by pouring water on it, or when the rain just beats it, it produces it. So
does.
how do you manage that? Or do you also produce maggots with it?
I know someone comes here once in a while, not all the time. I think he has maybe catfish. Okay, so he comes to take the maggots, but not every time.
All right. Just for free.
Yes, no, I don't collect anything from him. But because this space is actually big enough, so it is just fine.
So how many workers do you have?
I have 7 in total,
Okay.
but I have 5 attendants. So you see, we have like 5 rows. So 2 rows there, 3 rows over there. I have one farm attendant managing each line. Then I have a security and the sanitary person that takes the waste out. So I have 7.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So, but the sanitary person is just like
No, it's not really on the farm. Yeah, he's an ad hoc staff.
All right.
He comes like 3 times a week. Every other person, they're here every other day. But they have their off days also.
Wow. You guys, Modupe has a lot of knowledge, and she's just so wise. I would say like she's a very smart lady, right? So if you would want her to consult for you or train you or offer you one of our services, right? Do well to contact her through the contact that will be linked in the description box.